Hey guys, and welcome back to Serenity Valley. This is episode 25. We are now halfway. I had said earlier that I had expected to do about 50 episodes of Serenity Valley, and this marks our halfway point. So, I wanted to bring us in here, and I wanted to kind of do something a little different, and that is we are going to, you're going to watch me, basically you're going to watch and see what I kind of do every game night. So every night as we get into the dark, I have the game extension mod in place, and I have it configured to fast forward time at 500 speed from 9 p.m. until 6 a.m. So what we're going to do is, it's 8:27 now. I'm going to just check on a few things because it's been a couple real life days since I've been in here, and I just want to check and remind myself of where we are. So we have all of our things planted. I recall now that all of our grass fields are ready for mowing, so we're probably going to be doing some mowing start coming in the morning. Everything is in some level of growth, so everything is planted now. Oh no, field 19 is simply cultivated. That's the plan, that is right. So let's go to the shop, because I want to make a purchase. We have in our shop, let me get through the door, both of our planters. We are going to sell both of our planters, and we are going to buy ourselves a new planter. And I have my eyes on this little beast right here from the Big Bud Pack. It's $142,000. It is the cheapest of the Big Bud planters. And look at this, it plants wheat, barley, canola, soybeans, that is oilseed radish, corn, sunflowers, and beets. So it plants everything but potatoes. Since we are not going to do potatoes anymore on this map, this is the only planter we need. So we're going to sell the planters that we have. I think I've already repaired these. So we are going to sell these, and I'm pretty sure we can come out on top by doing that. So let's go ahead and do that. We're going to sell this one for $85,000. That one's gone. We're going to sell this one for $107,000. So that one's gone. So we just made $192,000 by selling those two planters, and we are going to. I've already got my tractor over here. I've already got our coon seed hopper over here. It is time to bring the Big Bud Pack into this map. And boom. There it is. Our new Great Plains planter. Cedar, whatever you want to call it. Outstanding. So after we fast forward through the night, we're going to basically use this to plant our last field. But we will need to obviously fill it up with seed. So we're just going to drive this back to our farm. We have 1,500 units of seed in our coon seed hopper. So we're going to fill up our Great Plains planter here with seed. Now this particular planter does not fertilize, and this planter also does not allow direct planting or direct seeding on uncultivated or unplowed fields. So we will need to cultivate our fields between harvests with this particular unit. But I think it's a pretty fair trade-off. So I think I have seed here in this silo. We have, what do we have, 10,000. I don't recall off the top of my head how much this particular seeder takes. But we are going to fill it up. Okay, I did get the door open there, the seed door. So let's see if we can. There we go. We hit our mark. All right, so now we have this full of seed. We are ready. We're going to take this down to our field and just stage it. Here we've got our pig food machine running. I've topped it off with all of the corn. We don't have any more corn or soybeans, and we don't have any more, corn or soybeans. So I've topped it off with all of that we have, and we have 66,000 units of pig food made up, and we'll see how much pig food we get with all of our corn and soybeans. We will have, we will not have corn for a bit. Because I believe we just planted corn, or we're getting ready to plant corn, right? We haven't planted corn yet. No, we're going to plant corn in this area, but we do have soybeans planted. We've got a fair bit of soybeans over here and in our big field, so we should have plenty of soybeans coming in here in autumn. I just want to stop real quick and just look at that. Oh, there it is. Look at that, the mountains reflecting off that water. That's just so nice. There are just certain times of the day that Farm Sim just really looks nice, and early morning and early evening are just two of those times. So something else that we're going to be doing tomorrow is we are going to buy pigs. It is time to purchase our pigs, to fully equip our map with animals. And we're going to buy about 115, 120 pigs. Because over spring, or over winter and spring, we have increased the economy so well that we have a new industry that has moved into town, and that industry is a meat processing plant, and they will be able to take our pigs that we grow, and they'll be able to process those into sausages and ham steaks. So we're really excited to be able to go into a joint venture with this place, and let me turn that off, and let me just show you where that is. And we're just going to jump down there. It's right across the street from our gas station. There's our beautiful train. So here it is. It's the Castor Food Incorporated company, and they have put up this beautifully architectured processing plant. We're going to bring our pigs into here and drop them off, and they're providing us with this great reefer trailer, company branded and everything, to basically transport the sausage and steaks, the ham steaks, to market. And we've also got a wonderful arrangement I love those fans just spinning on the reefer trailer there. We have a arrangement set up with a local industry over here. So let me see which. I forget the name of this particular place. So we've got a arrangement set up with Spunky's Extended Hot Dogs to buy our sausages and our ham steaks from that processing plant. So we'll bring those right here for sale, and he's going to basically use them in his daily daily products that he makes. Off camera, we've brought down 6 pallets of fruit that we're going to sell tomorrow morning to our bakery. And we are going to, while we're talking about that, we're going to jump over here to our dairy. If you recall last episode, we sold a whole bunch of dairy products. Well, this dairy just pounds out the stuff, and we've already got I think 8 pallets here. We've got 2 more pallets of fruit there, and our sugar plant's been running very well. We've got several pallets of sugar, 2 pallets of molasses, and 16,000 units of bagasse there. So what we are about to do is we're just going to go ahead and fast forward time, and you're going to see that during the night I basically tend to these industries as best I can and take pallets off. I will not be using the forklift because that just takes too long. I'm going to be using my superhuman game extension strength to take these pallets off. So let's go over here and check out these. I know they're kind of loud. I'm going to try to cut that down a little bit. All right, that should be a little quieter for you. So we are going to tend to the pallet there, and then we're going to jump over and tend to our processing. So we're going to just go ahead and fast forward to 8:59. We're going to get this one off. Let's run over here and see if our cardboard is ready. It is not ready, so we're going to run over. It's going to be a lot of running. Are these guys ready? Almost. Not ready. Okay, so we're just gonna sit here and wait, and we'll see. I also wanted to show you in real time the loan come out, so you can see what we owe. We have $575,000. I did sell some soybeans. I don't recall if I sold those off camera or not. All right, so here we are. So I'm just going to be taking these off. This particular plant will not produce anything until all of the pallets are off. We need to do fruit. So there we can see our loan payment of $148,000. Our vehicle running costs of $18,000. We made $32,000 in milk sales. Okay, where are you at? You're at 85%. You're done too. So it is now morning time, and we have made, we have 4 more pallets of fruit, we have 1 more pallet of sugar, and 8 more pallets of dairy products. I could have maybe gotten another set of pallets of dairy if I just focused on dairy, because this thing seems to make a pallet, 4 pallets of dairy like every game hour or every 2 game hours. I don't really know the exact time frame, but it seems like they come out awful quick. I wouldn't mind maybe the production of this one being slowed down a little bit, quite frankly. So I wanted to show you all basically the reason I wanted to fast forward through the night, on camera, was one, to show you all that that I spent a fair bit of the evening, well, pretty much the whole evening, just jumping between industries and picking up pallets, trying to maximize our production. And also I wanted to show you the interest payment come out in real time, so you could see what we are paying now on our loan. And we have $400,000 left. We have bought the seeder that we were going to buy, and let's see where we are with our harvest. Okay, so nothing is ready to harvest yet, which is good. These fields which we planted first are in the last growth state, and we will, like I said, we're probably going to concentrate on planting corn in this field for the rest of this episode. And off camera, I will probably sell all of these pallets and whatnot. But I also want to go ahead and make a payment, make a loan payment. So we owe $470,000, and I want to repay $400,000 of that. So this is going to be fun. Just give me a moment to try to count this down. Let's see, where are we at? Okay, let's make $200,000 more worth of payments. Looks like we can go one more. Okay, so now we are down to $39,000. Wrong keys. We owe just over $2 million, and that should put a nice little cut in our loan payment. We've been racking up a very large amount of profit now per day, now that we've got all of our industries up and running. Once we get our pigs up and running, we will have even more profit come in as we are able to market the meat for sale there. So I just wanted to show you guys that progress, and when we come back here in a little bit, we will be sowing field 19 with corn. So thank you, and I'll see you in a bit. So guys, we're back now, and as you can see, about an hour has passed since we were last together, and I have spent that time basically catching up, selling a bunch of things. I sold the rest of the fruit that we had both stockpiled down at the sell point, as well as here at our industrial area. I sold the rest of the dairy products that were there at the industrial area. I sold some pallets and some cardboard that we had stockpiled up, and that's where the money has come from. And we have already purchased 2 loads of pigs. This will make our 3rd load of pigs. It should give us about, I think it's about 115 pigs by the time we're done here. And as I said earlier, we are going to sow field, the merged field with our new Great Plains seeder. we're going to put corn in there. So once we drop off our pigs, we're going to head back and get on that field and see if we can't tackle that field for the rest of the episode. So I've got some really great news for you guys. Rockhound, who is the author of Serenity Valley, has just released, as of last week, Serenity Valley version 5.0. This map is this modification, or this version, the new version of the map, I should say, has some extra crop types added and has several industry points added to it. So I've already taken a look at the map, and it's a really nice map. It's really well done as far as where all the industries were added. You know, it is this map, obviously, but the way that the industries have been added, you really don't realize. At least I didn't feel that that the map was ever without industry. I mean, they don't feel like they were added in any way as an afterthought. The way the modifications have been done to the map, they flow very well. So we have 114 pigs now. So look for a quote first impressions video of version 5.0 or 5.1 possibly later today. So I plan on hopefully putting that up noon today. So this episode should air June it's June 5th. I think that maybe is next Monday. I'm recording this on the 29th. So I think June 5th is maybe next Monday, if I'm counting my days correctly. But either way, this episode and my video of the version 5 of Serenity Valley will be coming out in the same day. So I'm really excited for that. Excited to be able to show you all the industries that he has added in. He's told me that this particular play series was the inspiration for version 5. So you'll find several of the industries that we're using on this map in that revision, as well as some other industries are there. So I also wanted to mention that I realized earlier when I was recording the first half of this episode that I was no longer getting a frame hit there by the greenhouses. And I've narrowed it down to a mod that was called Real Daylight. I had gotten that mod from a YouTube friend and was using it on this map. I had never really put it in my mods list folder, mostly because I just didn't know the originating source, and I was waiting to try to track that down before I posted that. But when I pulled it out to do the recording for overnight, the overnight recording, I realized that I wasn't getting that frame hit at the greenhouses. So I don't know what that mod did or does with respect to the light, but clearly the greenhouses were having an effect on performance with that mod. So one of the reasons I pulled it out was that mod affects the daylight, obviously, and as an end result, it also, let's lower this. Let's change this over to corn. Right, that's what we wanted to plant. We want to plant corn. That is correct. So we want to plant corn, and we want to, oh, what's this? Serenity Valley Railroad, great demand for barley. Oh, so we happen to have some barley. We happen to have quite a bit of barley. And $365 is definitely a good price compared to these other prices. So we'll have to remember that. So let's fire up GPS while we're here, so we have straight lines to work with. Shift this over, and we'll do that. That's not quite right. That's kind of odd, but there, it's getting a little better. Oh. So what that mod did, also did, was it would make, let's lower you. It would make the nighttime pitch black. I mean, if you were driving around at night and you had your headlights on, you would see maybe 10 feet in front of you, if you were lucky. So I turned that off when I wanted to do the overnight bit, simply because the way it makes the nighttime is not very realistic, and I didn't want to try to explain that the reason it looked so much darker on my version of the map versus the version of the map that's out there for everybody was this mod that I hadn't previously posted. So I just took it out, and that was the issue with the greenhouses. So I'm glad to have that figured out, and we'll see if we can't get this field harvested in a little bit short order. And we're going to jump into a little bit of a time lapse and speed up this process, and I'll come back and we'll have a little closing. So I hope you enjoy the music. Alright, so this planner definitely makes quick work of this field, and hope you all could see during the time lapse there some of the animations on this planner. I really liked how these side tires, you can see the bulge where it makes contact with the ground, and then those pneumatic pistons when they raise and lower. I really like the animation on those. And then there's all these little spinning discs and whatnot that are on the planer. It really is a really great model, really great tool. So I want to thank you all for watching. If you're not a subscriber, please go ahead and click the subscribe button if you like what you see. If you like this video, please click the thumbs up and the like button. And I encourage you all to check out some of my other video series. We do a Let's Play series on Cherry Hills called Big Boys, Big Toys, where we try to use some of the biggest, coolest equipment out there to tackle those big fields. We also do map first impression videos, and we also have a how-to series. So there's always going to be a video out there. Hopefully we pretty much publish something every day that's new, except for maybe Sundays. And also I'd like for you all to check out the Three Dudes Gaming Network. There are several Three Dudes media partners in my description. I encourage you to check out those guys if you want. They all have various game style, various gameplay styles that may interest you. And then also a really great web community is the PCSG community, and there's a link to them in my description below. So when we come back next time, we will be probably selling barley, given the great demand. And we might do a little bit of silage selling. We have about 700,000 liters of silage sitting over at our fermentation bunkers, or fermentation silos, over at the BGA. We still need to sell those, and basically because we need to make room for more. All of our grass fields are ready to be cut again, so we need to cut some grass and put those in the bunkers. We are pretty much out of digestate, so we're not able to manufacture any more biofuel or fertilizer. So we basically need to get our digestate stocks back up. So until next time, guys, happy farming.